Here are 5 EFL clubs that I think will struggle next season. Please note I made the infographics before the Sheffield Wednesday news. They're going to struggle. Firstly, I've got Lincoln City in League 1. Lincoln finished 11th last season in League 1 and have been in and around the playoffs for 3 or 4 seasons now. Here was their squad on the last day versus Wrexham. Since then, Paddy O'Connor's gone to Reading and Sean Rowan's gone to Huddersfield. Gardner's returned back to Nottingham Forest, and Erahun, I think that's how I pronounce his name, is yet to renew a contract. It's still early days, but they've yet to bring anyone in. They struggled for goals last season. James Collins scored the most with 10. And whilst other players did chip in with goals, that's not enough to get into the playoffs. They've had a very solid defence for a couple of years from my understanding. They've now lost 2 key players in that, including their captain. There is still time. I think they need a striker, they need another centre-half and a left-back. They're essentials, obviously. But at present, I'm predicting Lincoln to struggle next year. I also think Newport County will struggle in League 2. Despite finishing 7 points off the drop, they did concede the most goals in the league last season. They finished 22nd. On another season, that may have been relegation. Here was their squad in the final game versus Tranmere. They've since lost Townsend, Jameson's gone, Hudlin's returned from his loan spell, Evans on the bench and Webb have gone, and McLaughlin is yet to renew his contract. Since Clark has renewed his contract, Zanev has signed for the goalkeeper position. Welsh midfielder Smith has also come in. However, I think they'll struggle next season unless they bring in some real depth. AFC Wimbledon League 1 will also struggle. Their playoff winning squad has been decimated. Goodman, Smith and Pigott were all loans. Nerfel and Tilley have gone to rivals in League 1 and it's unsure whether Brown will re-sign. There are some positives for Wimbledon. They've kept the bulk of their defence and there's still chances for them to sign Goodman, Hutchinson and Brown. But there are some really alarming negatives. League 1's a harder league, they lack a goal scorer, they lack creativity and they've lost players to their rivals. I think they'll struggle next season. I also think Bristol City will struggle in the Championship. Their major loss is Liam Manning, he's gone to Norwich. They've renewed a lot of contracts in their side. Tanner, Campbell, Sykes and Pring have all signed on, and they're in discussions with Nahki Wells. But I'm concerned for Bristol City. 2 players got over 10 goals for them last season, but with a loss of momentum from the playoff loss, teams at the bottom mostly strengthening and the teams coming up a lot stronger, I think they're in for a tough season. And finally, Peterborough United. Peterborough finished 18th, just above the relegation zone in League 1 last season. The main concern for me is their lack of experience in their squad. An average age of 23, and look at all those players that have left. They brought in Declan Frith and Cairo Lisby, 2 promising players, but aren't proven in League 1 and lack experience. They're investing in future long-term player assets, but the league's tougher next season and I think they'll struggle. So there are my 5 clubs. Do you agree? Who do you think will struggle next season?